Credit to Villanova. They're a good football team. We're a good football team also, but they made more plays than we did in the second half and outplayed us in the second half. From our standpoint and our football team and what we have in that locker room, I'm proud of the guys. I'm proud of our team for the way we came out and did what I asked them to do, which was to come out and compete and to play physical and to fight and to play 60 minutes. And we did those things. So now it's up to me and our coaching staff to clean up the other things. We can't win football games with deep balls getting over our head, with kickoff returns being returned for touchdowns, and for sacks that put us out of manageable down and distances. Those were the things that really impacted this football game. And in a game where there's limited possessions and opportunities, it's really hard to overcome those types of mistakes and those types of plays. Yeah, we got behind the sticks in some poor down and distance situations. They're really bad. That was when we didn't take those sacks. We moved the ball well. We sustained drives and we moved the ball down the field. Untimely, negative plays that put us behind the sticks.
Do you think Villanova did anything differently offensively in terms of their game plan in the second half, or was it more of a defense?
So it was really a couple big plays. Now, they also did a very good job on the conversion downs. On third down they did. And they were able to sustain drives and run the clock. Was it anything different than what they really had been showing us on film? Not really. The receiver, he did a great job. Luke Colella, he was an impact player today. He made a difference out there for them. Quarterback made good decisions. Hard to get to him. He doesn't give up many sacks. And he bought himself some time moving around the pocket and found some underneath crossers that moved the sticks. But nothing, they didn't do anything crazy or anything we didn't prepare for.
So you knew coming into Villanova really beat you in the run game heavily. So how did you adjust defensively? And how do you feel your defense did stopping the run?
I think we did a good job stopping the run, really. And when you do that, you're committed to stopping the run, then we're gonna be on islands on the back end. And so we may give up some underneath throws, which we did, and they connected on some comebacks. But we have to stay on top of the deep throws. And that's just where they beat us down the field. And so when it comes to stopping the run, we're going to put as many players in the box as we can, and we're going to ask our back end to really stand tall against a vertical passing game.
TJ, were there things on those last few possessions where you guys thought you were going to drive down there and pull this out? What was the mindset?
The mindset was just, to win the game, just to keep fighting, keep fighting till the clock hit zero and get in the box and win the game.
You feel there's a few plays that maybe you're just a step away, several of you guys from
We are.
big play?
We are. Some of them I take the blame for, pass protection, we put us behind the sticks on a lot. I know a lot of people might look at the O-line for that, but a lot of that comes with the running backs, with the tight end. So we just had some negative plays that put us behind the sticks and got us off schedule, but just them few plays could have changed the whole game.
Question for TJ as well. So in the second half, the offense really revolved around you and Jamel really catching the ball out of the backfield. So how did you really unlock that element of your game? And how did that keep this offense kind of in tune and really get close to it?
I think really with their defense, they started just dropping a lot of people trying to protect the top. So, we were just taking what they were giving us underneath and making plays.
It seemed like up until the fourth quarter, you guys relied heavily on the run game. At halftime, you only threw 6 times, close to 17 runs. Was that something part of the game plan? And also, did you guys potentially start the pass game going in that fourth quarter?
Yeah, really, this game plan was about taking what they would give us. and if they were going to commit to stopping the run, then we really needed to win on the outside. But as long as they were playing some of the 3-high defense, then those are favorable looks to run the ball. And so that's why we were running the ball into those looks and doing a good job with it. Yeah.
Coach, in this first half, Bryson Scott really stepped up in the secondary. So how would you rate his performance, and how do you think that can help empower the secondary?
Yeah, Bryson Scott's a really good football player, and I was impressed with him, especially early in the game, for the way he came downhill and wrapped up and tackled with physicality, making big boy tackles, not just kind of diving at guys' legs. So it was great to see Bryson just as a football player playing out there physical like that.
Was that kind of a gut punch moment? I mean, you finally drive down the field and get those points, and your defense never even got a chance to stop them again.
Right.
What-
Yeah, it's a gut punch, Bob. You're right. I mean, we've got to get that ball on the ground. The wind was in our favor. We purposely took the wind in the fourth quarter. We came out of the first, out at halftime. We gave them the wind in the third quarter purposely so we'd have it in the fourth. So, you think in that situation, we've been kicking a lot of balls out of bounds or out of the end zone, but when we don't, we got to get it on the ground. We're not going to kick it out of the end zone every time. So, we knew they had a good kickoff return scheme and returner. And I felt good about our plan. I felt like we covered some of the earlier kicks well. We got to get that thing on the ground and give us a chance to play defense.
How do you go into the following week, just kind of bouncing back from the emotions of this game?
Yeah, this hurts, and it's going to hurt. And tomorrow we're going to address the mistakes and clean those up. And it'll take some time for this wound to heal. But at 4:30 tomorrow, when we break, then we're turning the page.
I mean, there were multiple opportunities for Villanova really could have pulled away in this game, but your defense and your offense really kept things right in until the very last play of the game. So how do you really translate the second half of the schedule, like the resilience that you have and the ability to battle until the very end?
Yeah, so what we proved in those moments is that we can play with anybody. Like when we play well and we execute and we're clean, then we can move the ball on anybody and we can stop anybody. So those situations that you're speaking about, those are things we need to build off, and those are things that are going to give our guys confidence when we do see those on film. Those are some big stops, keeping it a one-score game down in the red area. Those are big. Bouncing back from scores offensively, that's big. So, we've proven that we can make stops and we can sustain drives against a really good football team.